Hi guys, this is Sajak from Dwebin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to enable the advanced reboot option. In other words, you will be able to add reboot to bootloader, reboot to recovery, reboot to fastboot, reboot to fastboot D, and reboot to download mode options directly in the power menu. As is the case with many custom ROM, as you might have seen in many AOSP and custom ROM, there are these options present, but in the stock ecosystem there is no such option. For example, this is a Pixel phone running the Pixel stock firmware, and as you could see, we don't have the option to reboot to fastboot D or bootloader mode. At the very most, we could just do a restart or power off, emergency or lockdown mode. So in this video, we'll show you how to add this option. The steps are applicable across all the Android phones, and till Android 12, 13, 14, I have tested across all the Android versions, and it works well and good across all these versions. So with that in mind, let me first show you how the power menu would look like. I have taken a screenshot. So the power menu at the end of our guide will look something like this. Apart from this, you would also have the option to add your payment cards if you want and directly make the payment via NFC from the power menu. Likewise, you could also add smart home controls and control your Google Home or other smart devices directly from power menu. But as of now, our ultimate aim will be to add these options such as reboot to recovery, reboot to bootloader, fastboot D, restart system UI, and all these options into the power menu. If you want, optionally, you could add the Google Home and payment cards as well, and it works across both the portrait mode as well as landscape mode. So this is how it will look in the landscape mode, as you could see. So it works across both the modes. So with that in mind, let's get started. First and foremost, you will have to root your phone via Magisk. The routing step might be slightly different depending on the phone that you own. So currently I'm using a Pixel phone, so I'll be routing it. So for that, if you own any other phone, do let me know your phone, or you could also make a search over here from my website and you could search for the routing guide of your phone. As for the case of Pixel, let me show you how you could root your phone. So first and foremost, you have to download the firmware which is currently installed onto your phone. You could verify that from the build number. As of now, I am on the latest Android 14 build of the Pixel official soft firmware. So in my case, this is the Pixel firmware. Let me show you just a minute. So I have just downloaded the latest Pixel firmware and I'm using a Pixel 6a. So it's the Blue Jay firmware. Let me show you the extracted firmware. So this is the beta 3 which I'm currently using and is currently installed onto my phone. You could verify the same from the settings menu. Let me show you. So go to settings, and then, or you could verify the same from the notification panel itself. As you could see, it's UPB3 UPB3 230519 230519.014. So you could verify the same from here or from the build number. I am not showing you the build numbers page because it also contains information such as IMEI number and IP address, so I want to hide this information. So you could verify the same from here as well. Once you have got the same firmware version, you have to extract the firmware, and upon extraction you will get a couple of files, out of which we need the boot.img file. So it's the stock boot.img file. Copy this file and you have to transfer this file onto your phone. If your phone is not visible on your PC, then simply select this and then choose file transfer, and your phone will be visible in the file manager app. So now you have to do is simply paste the boot.img file onto your phone. Once you have got the boot.img file, you will also have to transfer the Magisk APK file onto your phone. I have made a separate guide on the same, so you could refer to my guide and grab hold of the Magisk file. So let me show you. This is the routing guide for all the Android phones. From here you could grab hold of the Magisk APK file. So let me show you just a minute. So you could refer to all this guide to extract. In case of Realme Oppo, we get the OZIP firmware. For OnePlus, we have the payload.bin. In Sony, you will get the .sin format. In case of LG, it's a KDZ or the DZ firmware. So you could refer to my guide to and extract the boot.img file. Once you have got the boot.img file, you will have to patch it via Magisk. So go to my guide and download the latest Magisk APK file. At the time of recording, it's version 26.1. So let me quickly download, show you. So this is the version from here. You could grab hold of the APK file or refer to the changelog from here, official GitHub changelog. Once you've got the APK file, you'll have to transfer the APK file onto your phone as well. So let me quickly transfer the Magisk APK file onto my phone as well. So this is the Magisk APK file. So as of now, the stock boot.img file of the current firmware as well as the Magisk APK file should be there onto your phone. As you could see, I have both these files now. So let's now proceed ahead and patch this boot img file via Magisk. For that, first and foremost, we will have to install the Magisk APK file. So launch the file manager app of your choice. I am using the Solid file manager app. You could use any app. Now launch the Magisk APK file and install the app from here. Let me enable unknown sources and now install the app. It will take only a few seconds. Let me zoom in slightly as well. So let's now launch the app and now tap on install next to Magisk. Then select and patch a file. Now you have to choose the boot img file which was extracted and tap on let's go. Magisk will now patch that boot img file, and once done it will be placed in the downloads folder. So let's access the download folder from the PC itself. So let me go to my phone's download folder from my PC, and as you could see, this is the Magisk patch file which we have got. You could verify the file name as well. It's ending with jkvbz and it's the same one. So copy the Magisk patch file and then you have to paste the file inside the platform tools folder. I've given a link to this folder in my guide. You could refer to my guide and grab hold of the platform tools from here itself. Let me show you. It's the step 1 of this guide most probably. So let me show you. This is the, you could grab hold of the file from here, extract the platform tools on your PC and then paste the Magisk patch img file onto your PC. Once that is done, it goes without saying that rooting also requires an unlock bootloader. If you haven't done so, then please unlock the bootloader right away. You could refer to my guide to unlock the bootloader. This guide, do know that this will wipe off all the data from your phone and it might make the warranty null and void as well. So if that's well and good, you could refer to my guide and unlock the bootloader. In most cases, you have to boot your phone to fastboot mode and then execute either the fastboot flashing unlock or the fastboot OEM unlock command. Execute any of these two commands and you will get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight, unlock the bootloader and hit the power key to confirm, and with this the bootloader will be unlocked. In case of Xiaomi, you will have to use the official Mi Unlock tool. I have given all the steps in my guide. You could refer to my guide and unlock the bootloader. So anyways, moving on, up until this point we have got the Magisk patch boot img file placed inside the platform tools folder. Now you will have to boot your phone to fastboot mode. For that, you will have to enable USB debugging on your phone. So go to settings menu and tap on about phone 7 times. This will enable developer option. Sorry, go to about phone and then tap on build number 7 times. This will enable developer option. Now go to system. You should now see developer option. Go there and enable the toggle next to USB debugging. You will get a prompt on your phone. Tap on OK and you might get an RSA key fingerprint prompt. So tap on allow on that, and with this debugging is now enabled. So type in CMD in the address bar and hit enter, and it should now open command prompt inside platform tools folder. Now type in adb reboot bootloader and hit enter, and your phone should now boot to fastboot mode. So let's just wait for a few seconds for a phone to boot into fastboot mode. While that is happening, I will recommend you to, anyways, as of now, as you could see, my phone is in the fastboot mode and the device is shown as unlocked. So this signifies that the bootloader has been unlocked. Now before moving ahead, type in fastboot devices and hit enter, and make sure that you are getting a serial ID. If you're not getting any ID, then you will have to install fastboot drivers. So make sure to install those drivers. I have given a guide, the link for the guide and the video is there in the description. You could refer to my guide and install the fastboot drivers. Likewise, use the Windows X shortcut keys and choose device manager. Now you have to expand the Android phone section and make sure that under Android phone, your phone has been shown as Android bootloader interface, as you could see from here. So this, as well as the serial ID, signifies that your PC is able to read the phone in fastboot mode and you could now proceed ahead. So next you will now have to boot your phone using the patch file. So for the ease of convenience, let's rename the file to something shorter or meaningful. So as of now, I'm renaming it to Magisk patch so that the complete name becomes Magisk underscore patch and it's the img file. So now type in fastboot boot and the name of the file, which is Magisk underscore patch, and hit enter .img and hit enter, and your phone should now boot using this patch boot img file. Do keep in mind that you should always use the boot command and never use the flash command. This is because if something is wrong with the patch file and you have used the flash command, then your phone might end up in a boot loop or a sobrick state. On the other hand, if something is wrong with the patch file and you use the boot command, then a subsequent reboot will rectify all the issues. You just have to do a restart and the issue will be rectified. that is why you have to use the boot command. But since we have used the boot command now, we have only obtained root for one-time usage. We will now have to make the root permanent. So let's now proceed ahead and make the root permanent. So let me do so as well. Let me first turn off my banking app, otherwise it might conflict with the root. I have made a separate guide on the same on how you could pass safety net. As of now, I don't need that. So you could refer to my guide and carry out that task if you want. But let me quickly pause the app, the banking app. So moving on, now you have to launch the Magisk app. And as of now, we have only obtained root for one-time usage, as I told you before, because we have used the boot command. So now tap on install next to Magisk. Now choose direct install and tap on let's go. With this, Magisk will now patch and flash the boot img file, and it will take a couple of seconds. So let's just wait for the time frame. And once that is done, now tap on reboot. And with this, your phone should now boot to the rooted OS. So as I was telling you before, always use the boot command, because if something is wrong with the patch file, then a subsequent restart will automatically replace the patch file with the stock file and the issue will be rectified. The only drawback with this method, or you could say that it's quite lengthy, is that you will have to carry out one additional step of direct install of Magisk. That will only take a few seconds, so it's not a cause of concern. So I'll always recommend you to use the boot command, and once that is done, we should have now obtained root. So let me now unlock my phone and check out the result. So let's just wait for the time frame, and let me bring the Magisk app to the home screen. So this is the banking app which I was talking about. Let me quickly pause that app. Okay, so let's bring the Magisk app to the home screen, and let me now launch the app. And as you could see, we have now obtained root. So with this, our next course of action is to now flash that module and proceed ahead. So with this, we have obtained root and we have got the Magisk. So next up, your next course of action is to install the LSposed framework. As you might be aware of, this is the new name for the Exposed framework. So let's now proceed ahead and install the Exposed framework app. So for that, I have given a separate guide. So let me show you. First and foremost, we will have to launch the Magisk app. Then tap on the settings icon, and now enable the toggle next to Zydisk, and it will now ask you to restart your phone for the changes to take place. So we will do a restart later on after flashing a module. So next up, you now have to download the LSposed Exposed framework module from the GitHub link. So go to this link, and in this link you have to download the Zydisk release. So make sure to download the Zydisk release and transfer it onto your phone. So let me quickly transfer the LSposed Zydisk file onto my phone. Just re-verify that it's the Zydisk release. I would also recommend you to extract the zip file and transfer both the files, the extracted file as well as the zip file onto your phone. So as you could see, this is the zip file and this is the file which we have extracted. So copy it and then transfer both the files onto your phone. If your phone is not visible, then simply expand the charging this device section and select file transfer, and your phone should now be visible on your PC. So choose your phone and transfer both the file onto your phone. We could also extract the file from our phone itself, but to save some time, I'm directly doing a transfer from the PC itself, and we have done the extraction onto a PC itself. Though you could do the extraction onto your phone. So as of now, we have both the LSposed Zydisk and the LSposed extracted framework. So as of now, make sure that you have enabled Zydisk. Once that is done, go to the module section, then tap on install from storage, and now you have to select the module which is the LSposed module. So select the module and it will now be flashed. Tap on OK and it will now be flashed. Once the flashing is done, tap on reboot, and with this your phone should now restart and the LSposed module will be active and the Zydisk will be enabled. So let's verify, check out the process. So with this, we have downloaded the Zydisk, we have flashed the Zydisk as well, installed the LSposed framework as well. But as of now, the LSposed will be installed in the backend. In the front end, we will need to install the app as well, and the app is contained inside the zip file itself. So that is why I have told you to extract the zip file. We will now install the APK file of LSposed so that we could interact with the app as well. So let me show you that as well. So as of now, LSposed has been installed in the backend. In the front end, we will now have to install the APK. So let's launch any file manager app. Sorry for the inconvenience regarding the banking app. It might happen a couple of times after every restart. So as you could see, it's currently happening. So let me quickly minimize it or do one thing. Let me, so it's gone now. So once that is done, our next course of action is to install the LSposed app. So for that, you could either use a file manager app. So I'm using the solid manager app, and now go to the extracted folder of LSposed, which is the extracted folder, and now look out for the manager.apk file and install this apk file. The name is manager.apk. Tap on it and now type on install, and the LSposed app will now be installed in the front end as well. So let me show you that it's now currently being installed. So it's asking for add to home screen. I don't want it. Let's tap on cancel. So the app installation might take a few seconds, and as you could see, the app has now been installed. So with this, we have got the LSposed app as well. So tap on open, and now you will have to give it the magic prompt if asked. In my case, it's already got the magic and it's activated, as you could see. So your next course of action. So with this, we have installed the LSposed framework as well. So your next course of action is to download the classic power menu from GitHub. This is the official page. So go to their page, and then from here, you have to go to the release section, go to the release page, and then download the APK from here. And once you have got the APK, simply transfer the APK file onto your phone. So let me quickly copy the APK file from here. This is the APK file. Copy it and transfer the APK onto your phone. If your phone is not visible, as before, expand the Android system and choose file transfer, and the phone should now be visible on your PC. So simply transfer the classic power menu APK file onto your phone. So let me do that as well, and with this we have got the APK file. So let's now install the APK file. So there are two ways, so let me show you both these methods. The first one is go to the downloads menu, and you could select the classic power menu APK file from here. Okay, the file is present over here. So this is the classic power menu. Let me search for that app. So this is the APK file. Launch it and hit install, and the app will now be installed. It will take only a few seconds for the app to get installed. As soon as the app gets installed, you will get a message that expose module is not activated. So just tap on done. Don't launch the module. Now go to the LSposed app. So let's access the LSposed app. Now go to the module section and select the classic power menu module. And now you have to enable the toggle next to this module. Once that is done, you will now have to make sure that it's checked mark the system UI. If that's well and good, you have to enable the toggle and now do a restart. This restart is compulsory. So let's restart my phone now. In the meantime, while my phone is being restarted, you might have seen a few issues regarding the banking app is not working and some apps crashing. This is just because I'm using a beta version. It's the Android 14 beta 3. So a few bugs and issues are along the expected lines when it comes to the beta build. If you are using a stable version, then in stable build you will not get any such issues. These issues have nothing to do with the module. So simply ignore that issues. The issues are just with the beta build. So with that said, you might again get a few issues regarding the banking app. So it's just for the one-time usage. If you are on the stable build, you will not get any such messages. Regarding the banking app, you could hide the root and pass the safety net test as well. So let me just close this app, and as you could see, there are a few issues for the one-time usage. So with this, once again launch the LSposed app and go to modules, and as you could see, it's now enabled. So you could now launch the classic power menu. So launch the module from here and tap on get started. It will now ask for root, so tap on grant in the magic request that appears, and now you will have to enable the quick access wallet. It's optional. If you want, you could do so. So I don't want a wallet. In regarding the wallet, you could add it to cards and then use the NFC to make payment. I don't want a card, so I'm turning off this feature. Then tap on next and asking for device control. If you have a smart home appliances, you can enable this toggle. I don't have any smart home, so currently I'm turning it off as well and tapping on next, and now hit finish. And let's now go to the power option and now select edit power option, and from here you could now arrange the option that you want. So I don't want the emergency option. I'm dragging. The drag and drop might give you some issues. As you could see, it's currently not going back, so sometimes it might give you an issue. That's not a cause of concern. Likewise, I don't want the screenshot option, so I'm removing it as well. I don't want lockdown as well. What I want is reboot to recovery. Then I want reboot to bootloader. Just a minute. As I told you, it might cause a few concern. And let me transfer it. So let me transfer restart system UI. So you might face a few issues sometimes while adding these. And next one is the fastboot D mode. So it's a little bit challenging sometimes. And I also want the restart system UI option. So with this, I added the required option. You might customize it as and when required. Once that is done, now go back and again go back, and now you could minimize this and verify the result. For that, you could first have to restart your phone. You could verify even without doing a restart, but let's check first. If I hit the power key, so currently it's not working, so I'll have to restart my phone. But before doing that, go to the settings menu and search for the accessibility options. So and accessibility, now go there, then go to classic power menu, and currently it's restricted, and that is the reason why we were not able to use that app. Generally, when you set up the app for the first time usage, you will get this option to enable accessibility service, but in my case I did not get this option. So beginning with Android 13 and even Android 14, the app will not be able to show this option to enable the accessibility service. So you will have to enable this service on your own. For that, currently as you could see, it's showing this setting. So for that, what you have to do is go to the app info page of this. So long press the app icon and go to app info, then tap on the overflow icon and select allow restricted settings, then verify this. So as you could know, it's the pixel fingerprint which hardly ever works. So now you have to verify it, and as you could see, the settings are now allowed. So again, let's go to the settings menu, search for the accessibility, and from there go to classic power menu and make sure to enable the toggle next to this, then tap on allow. And with this, the module is now enabled on till Android 12. You might get the option over here in the app itself, but from Android 13 you will have to manually do so, as I have shown you that in Android 13 and Android 14 you will have to do so manually. So let's now verify if everything is working well and good. So if it's done well and good, let's now press the power key and check out the results. So as you could see, now it's working well and good. So you don't even need to do a restart. You could have to enable the service from the settings menu, and with this we have got our options. On some phones you might not get the blur background. So if you're not getting a blur background, then all you have to do is simply execute these three commands. The first one is the SU. Using SU you will get the message prompt on your phone, tap on grant, then execute this second command, and then execute the third command. Upon the third command, your phone will undergo a restart. It's just a system way restart, and upon the restart you will get the background blurred as shown in my system. So this is how from now onwards you will get the screen. So regarding first is the power off, you might be aware. Then is the fastboot D. Fastboot D option will only be work on those phones which actually have a fastboot D screen. Then reboot to bootloader. The bootloader is actually fastboot mode, and the fastboot D is the new dynamic partition. Then reboot to recovery is the recovery mode. If you have a custom recovery, it will boot to the custom recovery, or else the stock recovery. Then the system UI will only restart the UI and it will not restart the OS. The final is the restart, which the general restart, which will restart the OS. So let me show you a couple of methods. So let's choose reboot bootloader, and with this our phone should now boot to the fastboot mode in a matter of few seconds. So let me show you that. So it will take just a few seconds for the phone to boot to bootloader mode. So as you could see, we are now in the fastboot mode, and let's now restart our phone. So currently I'm using the latest Android 14 build. So this all but confirms that the module works on Android 12, 13 and 14. Till Android 12 you will get a permission request as well, but beginning from Android 13 you will not get the accessibility request. For that you will have to go to settings and search for the classic power menu, and then the settings might be disabled. So you will have to go to settings menu. I'll show you that once again. So I am talking about this. Let me show you once again. Let's first wait for the banking app to do it. So let me close the banking app. It's just for the one time. So as I was talking about, till Android 12 setup, when you are doing the setup for the first time usage, you will get the option to enable the accessibility option from here itself. but from Android 13 you will not get any such option. So in that case, you will have to go to the settings menu, then search for accessibility, and from here you will have to enable it. If you're unable to enable it, then you have to go to its app info page. So let me just show you once again. Go to its app info page, and from the app info page you could then enable the app on over here as I've shown you in the video, and enable the service, and then you could enable classic power menu. So guys, on that note, I round off this video. If you have any queries, do let me know in the comment section, and please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks. Thanks a lot for watching.